Hi everyone, this is Iris from ilee Tarots. Welcome to another pick-up pile reading. Today's reading is going to be just some general messages that you need to know. This reading is timeless, so you are meant to watch this whenever it is that you stumbled on this video. Okay, so I have not actually pulled any cards yet. I've already pre-shuffled them. So what I need you to do now is to just focus in on the question, universe, God, spirit, source, what messages do you need me to know for the moment? Okay, so once you have that in mind, you can choose the piles that I have prepared for you. Okay, so this is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, and this is pile number 3. Okay, so you can go ahead and choose them based on the cards, whatever it is that's calling out to you. Okay, you can even choose them based on the crystals that I have prepared for you. So for the first pile we have a clear quartz. For the second pile we have this is a smoky quartz, and for the third pile we have a golden rutilated quartz. Okay, so you can pause this video if you need more time to choose. And whenever you're ready, I will see you at the timestamps. Timestamps are in the description box below. Hello, pile number 1. So let's go. Well, we can't go straight yet because I have not fully shuffled. I have pre-shuffled. So what's going to happen is, now I'm just going to give it a few more shuffles, and then I'm going to be pulling 4 cards. So this is just 4 cards. I guess it's just going to be some general idea on what your message is going to be about, and I probably will be pulling more cards from there just to perhaps narrow down as to what the message really is about. It really depends. And then I'll probably be pulling some oracle cards and some other guidance cards just to give you something more wholesome. Okay, so universe, what messages do you have for pile number 1? So this is the message. So why do they need to know, or why do they need to realize about this message? What is the advice you have for them? Okay, and what is the outcome? All right, so we'll see what happens. Hierophant, Strength, Lovers, 7 of Swords. Okay, this can go many ways. For one, sometimes this Hierophant, it talks about order, it talks about structure. So if we were to see from a bigger picture, this can talk about the arrangement, the predestination, or what is destined for you. Okay, and perhaps for some of you, you are very tired perhaps of this predestination idea, perhaps of this the order, the structure, whatever the process universe has for you, because Strength is here. This is the why, as to why this message is for you, because very likely you are persevering, you are trying to be as strong as you can to overcome this Hierophant energy, the process, structure, and everything. For some of you, okay, if a bit small, if in a smaller scale, Hierophant can definitely mean government, organization, company. So of course, definitely, maybe for some of you, you are working inside this organization, company, even the government itself. Maybe you're a civil servant. Otherwise, it can mean schools, universities. Think about anything that has structure, that has hierarchy, that has what's the word, a tier, an organization list. Okay, so sometimes it can be as simple as, if you want to look at it towards a smaller scale, like for example, schedules, routines. Every day it is the same thing. Okay, and it doesn't have to be like that. It can also be like for yourself, you feel like, oh, every day is the same old, nothing exciting is happening. It's like I don't even know what I'm looking forward to. Okay, so it's kind of that, that rigidity that you are feeling within and around your life, that you just feel like, okay, I have to hang on, I have to keep persevering, I have to keep pushing. Okay, the advice is you don't have to do this alone. That's what I'm getting from this Lover's card here. It's for some of you, it's as simple as perhaps you are very tired of what's going on with your love life. Okay, otherwise there is some sort of communication breakdown, and perhaps for a lot of you, you do not dare to voice out or to express what is really bothering you. I will have to see what it is that is really bothering you, but this is the gist of the general idea here. Okay, so why communication? Because the Lovers here, this is the Gemini card, and Geminis are ruled by Mercury. So Mercury is the planet of communication. That's how I see it, that's how I read it. It's about two people being more open to each other. You see, they are naked here. Nakedness in tarot can mean being vulnerable, as in nothing being held back, right? Okay, so when there is no communication, things are in the dark. You say something but you're not fully clear about what you're saying. Okay, so for some of you, I mean, for most of us in Malaysia, it's definitely because we are getting frustrated with the government and everything. So because there's a lot of things are unclear, isn't it? And you're just holding on and you're just hoping for the best, but at the same time it's just so frustrating. Okay, otherwise, in a smaller scale, it is just as simple as communication breakdown, miscommunication, not talking, right? Otherwise, it is just as simple as, for some of you, it's some overall, this feels real. I don't really, to be honest, I don't really feel it's about love life. But if the Lover's card is here, then very likely it is. Okay? Okay, so let's pull some more cards to see what else. Universe, is there anything else you can tell me? Let's just pull. Yeah. Okay. Anything else you can tell me about this message? Okay. Okay, so this is sort of like the follow-up to what's happening. So because there's no communication, a lot of things are being unsure of, uncertain. With the Moon card here, everything is like, I'm not sure, I cannot even see the future, I'm not sure what's going to happen. And this reading is sort of like, there's things that you cannot have control over. Okay, and the only thing that you have control over is your own spirit, your perseverance, your strength, your courage, your patience. Okay, and try to learn to adapt to the situation. I'm not sure how this will help in for those of you who are in communication breakdown or in those miscommunication. I don't really think it's miscommunication. It's more like someone is not telling something to others. Okay, to me it's more about things that are not in your control, then all the more you have to learn to adapt to the situation. This is how I see this reading. Because Two of Wands here, it is about opening up your options, not tying yourself down to a certain criteria, a certain routine, a certain option, or a certain decision. Two of Wands to me is always about, I would say in a way it does indicate pushing your boundaries, pushing your limits, because you don't have to tie yourself down to anything that maybe you feel, especially if you feel there's something more to you out there, for you out there, then all the more you have to, go look for it, go search for the best option that you can find, that you can seek. There's a lot of planning here. Queen of Swords, to me this one feels more like planning. It doesn't feel like talking or communication. It's a lot of planning. I just feel a lot of planning. I mean, it makes sense because since Queen of Swords is here, if it's Queen of Swords under here, underneath the Lovers, it would make more sense. Of course, it's adjacent, but I don't want to talk about that. I would say this is definitely more about planning, because Seven of Swords, sometimes Seven of Swords can be a card of being the lone wolf or having to do things on their own. So it's more like, okay, everyone please don't disturb me, let me do my own thing. It's that kind of vibe, it's that kind of energy. Okay, so your advice here is saying, be open to choices, be open to any sort of decisions that's going to lead you to something that you really, really like and love. Okay, all right, I think I'm done with the tarot. So before you go, let me pull you some oracle cards just to get just to give you some more advice or messages. So hang on, I did not plan this ahead, I'm so sorry, but I guess I just like doing readings like this where I can, where I first find where the problem is, what's the possible problem, and then only then I cater the advice or the message to the related reading. Hang on, let me see. I'm so sorry to delay your time, so sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna pull you this card. It's one of my favorites. I'm gonna pull you this. Okay, so I'm gonna be pulling one Wild Offering Oracle deck and one Wisdom of the Oracle. So let's see what happens. All right, so I'm gonna pull this. I'm gonna pull two cards for you from the Wild Offering. Let's just see if there are any extra messages for you. So universe, what messages do you have for pile number one? Hopefully it's related to the reading. If it's not related, then just treat it as additional message for you. Okay, so universe, what messages do you have for pile number one from this deck? Okay, I feel that's what you need. One more card. Hang on. So being enough, self-love. One more, please. Spaciousness. Okay, so there is something that is draining you, especially with the spaciousness card here. There's something that it's kind of like, it's like I said, there's something you have no control over. Then all the more you have to, sometimes problems, they're there, and the most logical thing and the most basic common sense says that, okay, if you have to see a problem, just solve it, right? But sometimes there are problems where we have no control over, number one, and no matter what we do, it doesn't change the outcome. Okay, in other words, you have to see the problem from another perspective, or just simply, well, I guess walk away. Okay, not that this reading is telling you to walk away. This reading is just saying that there is something that you have no control over. And the best thing that you can do for now is just focus on yourself. Focus on what you can do for yourself. Okay, which is why being enough is here, self-love is here, because you have to start focusing on things that is beneficial to you. You have to start, I don't think it's more about being kind to yourself or love yourself and all that. It's more of because I cannot solve this problem. Things are out of my hands, but I can do so and so and so because is the next best option. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to be pulling. I was actually thinking on whether or not I should read the words for you, but I'm not sure if you can see from the camera. I hope you can. But otherwise, it is what I said. It is what I have told you. Okay, so now I'm going to pull you some Wisdom of the Oracle cards. This is going to be advice for you. Okay. So what is your advice for from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck? I'm just gonna pull one card here, but I suddenly have this calling to pull a different deck for you. I'll tell you about that later. Universe, one card from Wisdom of the Oracle deck. What advice do you have for pile number 1? Okay, so one card here. All right. So as I was shuffling, I felt the need to pull you from the universe has your back. So these are actually affirmation cards rather than advice or some message. Okay, so universe, what affirmation from this deck do you have for pile number 1? What is it that they need to work with? They need to work on? What advice or what message do you have for pile number 1 from this deck? Okay, sorry you can't see me shuffling on camera because I have my microphone here, so everything's a bit what's the word, messy. Okay, so higher power. The moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. Okay, so that's why the Lovers card is here, because all the more it focuses on what it is that you have to do what you love that is within your reach. I don't know why that word comes in, but maybe it makes sense to you. Okay, so why higher power is here? In other words, you have to ask yourself, ask your higher power, your higher self, maybe even ask from God, ask from universe. No, okay, so I have things I have no control over, and that's okay. So please give me options. So please show me some ways, some path that I can choose, that I have control over, that is for my highest good. Give me the next best option. Okay, I do this as in that before I go to sleep, I pray, and sometimes I will ask, I will ask, please show me, please show me which decision is the best. Please show me. The last thing I asked was I asked universe to show me which charity I should donate to, and I actually got my answer in 2 days time. Okay, you try to practice this. Try to practice asking from universe. Ask and you shall, what's that thing? Seek and you shall find, ask and you shall receive, right? Yeah. So just make sure that your intention is in the right place. Okay. So, give it a try. What I why am I okay? So another tip that I have for you, especially if you're asking for guidance, asking for answers, is to not expect it to happen whenever you want it. Just let it go. Why I do it before I sleep is so that once I go to sleep and then I wake up the next morning, I don't even remember what I asked. I mean, I do remember it, but I don't harp on it. Okay, and that's the thing about manifesting, where okay, just show me, and I trust that you will show me at the right time. Something like that. Okay. What else? Yeah, give it a try, and let me know if it works. Okay. I'm just seeing if there's anything else I need to pull for you, if there's anything else I need to explain. But to me, these two cards, the energies are very strong. In other words, you can just give it a try, just ask, and don't expect to get the answer within a few hours, within a day. So sorry about that. So it just depends on how much you trust universe, spirit, God, source to give you the answer. Just let it go. Just let go of the expectation of getting an answer. Okay? All right. So give that a try. Let me know if it works. And that's all I have for you, pile number 1. So I really hope that this reading has given you some insights, has given you appropriate advice. And if this is where we part ways, I thank you so much for your time. If you have not liked and subscribed to my channel, please, I would really appreciate it if you do so. It really, really helps me and my channel. And I thank you again for watching. I will see you next video. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. So let's go. Well, we can't go straight into your reading. Okay, so what's gonna happen is like I said in the beginning of the video, I have pre-shuffled the cards. Okay, but I will be shuffling some more. I will be pulling 4 cards first, just to get a general idea of what your message is gonna be, and then I am going to pull some more cards to narrow down what to see if there's anything to narrow down. Okay, and then I'll be pulling some oracle cards. All right, so universe, what messages do you have for pile number 2? Okay, so this is your message. This is why this is your message. This is to why you need to know this. This is your advice. This is the outcome. Okay, so the Sun, Queen of Pentacles, the World, and 10 of Cups. Okay, very likely. I mean, these cards are very good, right? They're very, very positive. The Sun, Queen of Pentacles, the World, 10 of Cups. So what's the problem? It could be that underneath this, you may feel you're not good enough. Maybe you feel you need a confident boost. And you may be doubtful of yourself. Okay, that's why the message here is telling you you are okay where you are. And for some of you, it's possible that some of you may need to go out. I know in Malaysia it's not possible because we're just trying to avoid getting the coronavirus and just trying to stay safe. For some of you, it may be that you need more sun. Okay, so if you have a window, just let the sun come in. You know how we can get vitamin D from sun, right? So it's our body needs how to explain this. Not that I'm telling you to sunbath under the sun. And for Malaysia, the sun is so damn hot, so it's not possible. um, it's just wanting you to go out in the open, be happy, to show everyone who you are. It's like, you know, imagine yourself being in a dark room and then someone takes a flashlight and shines it on you. Oh yeah, imagine yourself being on stage where it, you know, it's dark and the light is all on you. It's kind of that feeling. It's kind of that imagery. Okay, so in other words, it's a bit of both, isn't it? Okay, some of you need to go out, get some sun. Okay, for me, I will just like open my balcony and sun will come in, so that's fine. Other than that, it is the message is saying to show yourself. Okay, I am quite sure that this reading is just telling you that show yourself, because you are an amazing person. You are capable. You are well-rounded. You are whole. And happiness is within your reach. For all cards to come out like this, sometimes you have to wonder, well, why? If all the readings, if all the cards are positive, then why is this your reading? Well, number one, it can be that this message is just telling you that you are okay where you are and you're doing good and you're doing great, right? And you don't have to worry so much. If anything, this reading could be just a reassurance for you that you are doing great. Okay, good job, keep it up. Okay. Otherwise, it can just be that maybe for some of you, you suffer, you're having like conflicts within yourself. You think that you're not good enough. You think you're I don't think it's more about suffering in silence. I feel, well, it can be, but I feel it's more about you feel you're not good enough. And that's why this reading is saying, but you are good. You're great. Okay? I'm thinking if I should explain. Okay, so if we were to see Queen of Pentacles, to me, Queen of Pentacles is very well-rounded. They have the career, they have the money, they have finances, everything in check. Children are okay if you have any. Family are doing well. Your spouse or your lover, your person is doing okay. You have everything. Very well-rounded. Okay, it does give me like this kind of jack of all trades but master of none. So maybe you feel that you want to be good at something, but you're good. You want to be great at something, but this card is saying, but you're good in everything. Okay, and so the world here being your advice here is saying you're okay. It's just that maybe for some of you, I feel that you have this tendency to hide from other people. It's not about being humble, I feel. Of course it can be, but the message universe is saying you have to let other people see more of you. Okay? And you will be able to find your bliss, because it is saying that actually you already have bliss within your life. You just don't realize it yet. Okay? All right, so let me pull some more cards. Let me narrow it down. So universe, what? Let's do some clarification. So, Page of Swords, the Moon, Eight of Cups, Nine of Wands, yes. So, okay, is it this? So for some of you, okay, it's not, there is doubt, there is insecurity, there is something that you're unsure of, okay? And it stems from, very likely it stems from either a gossip or some sort of news or some sort of hearsay. And your advice still remains the same. It's, no, you don't have to worry, because it does not affect you. It will not affect you. All right. And all the more you don't have to worry what this Page of Swords, what this moon is. Okay, just let the feelings go. Let this worry, let this moon, let this, it's like, oh, what's going on, I need to know. Let that go. Don't focus on wanting to find out the unknown, and just focus on what it is that you can do. To be honest, your reading is a bit like pile number one. I'm just trying to think, okay, so why if pile number one, pile number two is almost the same, why? But maybe we'll have more insights from the oracle cards. So I just want to explain about Eight of Cups here. A lot of times reader says Eight of Cups is a card about letting go of things that no longer serve you. Okay, to me, cups are all the feelings and all the emotions we carry inside. So if you have to ask yourself, okay, what's the feeling, what's the emotions that are inside the cup? Okay, so very likely you are holding on to this feeling of wanting to know something, or maybe it can be about a rumor or some sort of gossip, and it scares you. Okay, so all these emotions here are your doubts, your worries, your fear. Let it go, because it's not helping you. If anything, it's just distracting you from your goals, your focus, which is why the Knight of Wands is here. In other words, this whole reading is just telling you, you are okay where you are. You don't have to worry. Don't need to worry about this. Okay? Let me pull one card. I want to see what this is about. Hopefully, if universe allows, I hope we are able to see. Nine of Swords. No, it's just something that worries you, that makes you think a lot of those negative thoughts, ideas. Okay, whatever it is that is making you feel upset inside, don't worry about it. You are okay. This reading is a reassurance for you. You will be okay. Let me pull some oracle cards for you. So I'm going to pull you from the Wild Offering first. So this, I'm going to be pulling 3 messages for you. So I'm hoping that they're going to be related to this reading. If not, just treat it as something additional for you, okay? So that's what messages do you have for pile number 2? That's what messages you have for pile number 2. And it's really interesting that you chose the power of the smoky quartz, because smoky quartz can dispel worries and anxiety, negative thoughts. So if you have a smoky quartz, just wear one or meditate with one, okay? If it doesn't want to come up, okay, hang on, one more. Okay, so self-sufficiency, despair, and trust. So all this is just saying you are okay where you are. See, you are the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, self-sufficiency, you are sufficient, you can take care of yourself, you don't have to worry, you don't have, I mean, of course, I'm not saying that, oh, you don't worry and then the feeling will go away. Your feeling, I understand, okay, because very likely maybe you have a lot to lose, or maybe, you know, you're just worried and say, oh my gosh, I don't want to suddenly something bad happens to me. I've worked so hard to get to where I am, right? So because this thing, whatever this thing is, you still don't really like, it's still the unknown, you're still unsure about it, and that's why you have a lot of worries and anxieties. Okay, so trust that everything will be okay, simply because you are someone who is capable. You're just someone who is able to do things. Okay, let me share you this this story about not story, it's one from one of my readings. What I usually do is I sometimes will ask my clients sometimes my clients, they will ask me, you know, I have option A, B, C. Okay, so I will help them see which option is going to be good for them. So the client is smart. The client asked me, so what happens if all three options are okay? Does that mean she has to do all three of them? And that would mean it will take up more of her time and money and resources. And I just answer her this: if all the three options are viable, it just means that you can choose any of them, number one. But I think the bigger picture from what you can get from this, you know, having all three options viable to you, is that it's because you are capable, because you are smart, because you're intelligent, because you have the right skills, you have the right mentality to run all three of them. Okay, so it's not just about finding something that you like to do. It is also about you having that right mindset, the mentality, the skill, the attitude, the behavior, right? So yeah, I think this is like a good summary of your reading. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I can tell you. I mean, to see despair here, for me to see this card of despair here would indicate that whatever it is that you're worried, it's eating you up. It somehow is just, the energy is so heavy for it to appear here. All the more you have to trust yourself that you can get through it, and that you are very sufficient and very capable of overcoming whatever sort of obstacles thrown your way. Okay, all right, so now I'm going to be pulling you an advice from the wisdom of the oracle. Oops, and not my microphone. Okay, so universe, what messages do you have for pile number 2? Just one advice, not message, one advice, please. So universe, one advice for pile number 2. Okay, and then I'm going to be just putting the cards aside, and then I'm going to be pulling one affirmation card. Okay, this one is from The Universe Has Your Back. Okay, so these are just these deck are just affirmations. So universe, what affirmation do you have for pile number 2? Universe, what affirmations do you have for pile number 2? Okay. No place like home. The universe works fast when I'm having fun. In other words, be happy, be joyous, because you are safe. You are safe. There's no place like home. Okay, wherever you are, yes, I have some messages coming in. I'm just trying to rearrange it. Try, no, I can't say that because it's not right. Feel safe where you are, mentally, physically, spiritually. Okay, because from the beginning until now, there's nothing else I can tell you except that you are doing good, you're doing great. You should be proud of where you are and who you are. Okay, and focus on things that make you happy. Focus on things that you're damn good at. And I know, and I say that is because you are the Queen of Pentacles. To me, Queen of Pentacles, like I said, is a very well-rounded person. You have to be damn good in managing, in micromanaging, in even just making routines and making schedules, and just to make sure everything has a system and everything follows a plan. Okay. Nothing else I can tell you. Pile number 2. So pile number 2, that's all I have for you. So thank you I hope this reading gives you insights. It has given you appropriate advice for you. If you have not liked and subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you can follow me. It would really help me and help this channel to grow. And if this is where we part ways, I thank you so much for your time. I will see you next video. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. So I'm gonna put this golden rutilated quartz here. So I forgot to mention that I will be pulling 4 cards for you first. So that's just going to be a general idea of what your message is going to be. If you heard that, that's my daughter screaming, I guess from her online classes. I don't know what's happening. And then later I'll be pulling more cards for your message, just to perhaps just get some clarification, or perhaps to narrow down what this message is going to be about. And then I'm going to end it with some oracle cards for extra messages and for extra advice. Okay, all right, so what messages do you have for pile number 3? Okay, so this is your message, pile number 3. Okay, so why is this your message? What's the advice? And what is the outcome? All right. Justice, 5 of Pentacles, advice, star. So you just have a lot of worries, insecurities. I think some of you are planning about some financial difficulties. It's like planning because there's some financial difficulties. Otherwise, it is just about you trying to overcome your fear over something, and by being not too emotional about it, means to say it's kind of like you trying to tell yourself to not be afraid. You're trying to tell yourself, we can do this, I can do this, I'm going to make proper plans, I am going to make sure that my finances, or whatever it is that you're afraid of. Okay, let's talk about finances first. My finances are going to be okay. There's some sort of plan. Number one, there's some sort of planning involved. Number two, knowing how to manage your fears, your emotions, especially when it comes to insecurity, you feeling worthless for some reason. Okay, we will find out what this is about. Okay, to me, it's more about managing how you feel about a thing that is making you feel very poor, or not worthy, or even helpless. Okay, so that's the gist of your message. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so now let's go into just finding more about this. So universe, can you please tell me more about this reading? Alright, so we have Six of Swords, Three of Swords, King of Swords. I'm just doing this because it's the same thing. And Four of Pentacles. Okay, so this is they're just same reading. They're the same thing. Okay, except for this one, but it's more or less the same message. You having to let go of some sort of disturbance. It's like a disturbance in the force, so you're trying to let go of that disruption, that disturbance, and because there is something that is making you feel very upset, so you're trying to move from there to go into your by going to your safe place, your happy place. Sometimes Four of Wands here, it is about stability, it is about harmony. For this reading, it's more about, it's all in your mind. You have to find that harmony, find that balance between your emotions and your logic. Okay, I'm gonna pull for this. So because why is Four of Pentacles here? Those are not my children. If you hear any kids screaming, I think some kids are outside playing. Just let them be. Okay, so Four of Pentacles. Okay, so what's the connection? Queen of Wands. I'm sorry. Itchy throat. If itchy throat, let me see if this is about communication. I wouldn't say it's about communication, but rather think before you speak kind of situation at most. Okay? But let's go back to the Four of Pentacles, Two of Cups, the Star. Oh, so this is about two people, right? Two people not talking, two people not wanting to, I would say, oh my gosh, it diverted from the first reading so much. Should I go for it first? So initially, it's more about you feel upset over something, and you're trying to balance out your emotions, your logic, and try to heal from there. Yeah, these two cards especially indicates this is about some sort of connection. Very likely a lot of you, this is little to no communication between you and someone else. If this is about a no communication situation, then you both are doing your own thing. Something happened between you two and it hurt at least one of you. It hurt a lot. One Libra here, one Aquarius here, because you have the star sign here. But you don't have to depend on the astrological signs. It just gives me a feeling. Otherwise, if we were to read it energy-wise, it's just two people not talking. You're doing your own thing, they're doing their own thing. Okay, so why is this message here then? I mean, yes, the general idea we had initially is that this person or this connection gave you a lot of pain. It hurt you a lot. Then all the more you have to fight. You have to try to balance your emotions and your logic, okay, so that you can heal properly. In other words, don't dwell or don't try not to dwell in this energy, because it's not helping, because life still has to move on. You still have to continue your life with or without this person. Why universe, why God, why spirit, why source is highlighting this is because this feeling or this situation must be disrupting your progress. And I also feel that maybe you have a lot of potential to be the Queen of Wands rather than, Justice, where you have a lot of potential. You're sexy, you're beautiful, you're handsome, you're seductive, you can be what's the word? You can be happy without this person. Okay. One thing here with the Four of Pentacles is that maybe for some of you, you are not wanting to get over it for some reason. Number one. Number two, it can be about that you do not want to meet other people. You're more reserved. You do not want to make new connections. For most of you, you are in this period of healing yourself, doing a lot of emotional healing. Okay, I'm gonna pull some more cards for you. So universe, what's the point of this reading? Can you give me one card? King of Wands. Dude. So it's like I said, why is this message being highlighted to you? It's not asking you to rush through your healing process. It's just that perhaps you've not, either you haven't fully healed, or you are on the right track, or you need to realize that if you are in this reserved kind of energy person, okay, then you need to be aware of this, because you are stopping yourself from progressing. Okay, and I'm not here to rush you. I'm just need you to realize where your energy is at. Be aware of how you're exuding your energy and how, and also knowing that you can do it, because once you do, there's someone out there waiting for you. So we have this, to me, whenever two suits of a king and queen appear, to me this is like a soulmate, kind of like a best match. It doesn't matter what sign you are, okay? The point is that it's a couple. That's it. Like couple goals. Like how couples like to wear matching shirts and all that. It's kind of like that, okay? In other words, there is this potential that you will meet this person, but you have to do proper healing for yourself first. Or more like, be aware of what you're doing, your energy, be aware of your thoughts, whatever you're thinking. And perhaps that's why in the beginning the reading was talking about, yes, there is something that is upsetting you. Then all the more you have to try to be strong, being mentally strong. Do you know how hard it is? Do you know how hard it is to tell yourself, to be confident and to tell yourself that you can do it all the time, and then at the same time you're worried about what other people think of you? Do you know how hard it is? It's damn hard, okay? But is it doable? Yes, it is. Just have to practice. Celebrate small, tiny achievements, okay? Okay, so let's go into the oracle cards. So I'm going to be pulling 3 cards from Wild Offering deck. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so 3 cards here. So universe, what messages do you have for pile number 3? I'm hoping that the messages will be related to the reading. If it doesn't, just treat it as additional messages, okay? Universe, can you please show me 3 messages? What messages do you have for pile number 3? Okay. Travel, intention, and hardship. Travel threw me off a bit because in Malaysia we cannot travel yet. Because we have to practice self-quarantine and just be careful, and adhere to SOPs and all that, because we are getting into deep trouble every day, so I don't want to think about it. Okay, but maybe for those of you who can travel, okay, perhaps what you need now is to go out and perhaps try not to think of the person and not think about the connection, what happened. Traveling is supposed to be a very mind-opening experience, and perhaps that's why all the more you have to go out, see the world. For some of you, you don't really have to like physically go out. You can just watch via YouTube, can try just watching what's in Japan, what's in Malaysia, what's in Thailand, what's in Korea, and yes, I'm naming all the Asian countries. Okay, intention and hardship. I think your intention of wanting to let go or moving on is not in the right place. That's why it's being highlighted here. So for example, let's say, I want to move on so that I can find another person, so that I can show this person that I can do better than them. No, I wouldn't say that. It can be one of the ways to move on, but I wouldn't say that it is right, as in like because there's a possibility that you may end up with a worse person just to spite this person. Okay, so you have to ask yourself, yes, I understand you want to move on. I understand you want to break away from this person, break away from this connection. So you have to ask yourself, or more like give yourself a new intention, saying like, maybe I want to meet a person who can treat me, so and so, can love me better, can love me as much as I love them, spend time with me at any whatever it is. I don't know. I have not done this for a long time. I don't even remember how to anymore. I don't even have a list yet. So I point is, don't use this person as I guess as an excuse to find someone else. Do it because you really, really want to be happy with someone else, and not about like, oh, I want to spite this person. I have to find someone richer than them. I have to find someone that is beautiful than them, that is handsome than them, that is many, many ways better than this person. Okay. Whatever the case may be for you, I think the most important thing is that your intention is to let go, and to let go because this thing is in the past. You accept that it has happened. Okay? And perhaps there was good time, but your fate with this person is done. As in, like, in Mandarin we call it 缘分. 缘分 is like fate. It's maybe it's like that saying in English. There's a saying, some people stay for a reason, some people stay for a season. I think something like that, right? So when you figure out your intention, it helps you be more clear with what you really want, with what you can expect. And it also helps you overcome or deal with your shadow, meaning to say parts of you that you cannot accept. Maybe for some of you, you feel that you're very heartbroken that this person cannot accept you, and that way you feel very unworthy, when in fact it's not. Okay, so sorry about that. Let me repeat. Maybe for some of you, when this person did not choose you, or maybe when this person rejected you, or maybe when this person broke up with you, you feel very unworthy. And it's not because you are any less, or you are not good enough. It's just that perhaps feelings just go away, or perhaps it's just as simple as they don't feel the same as you do anymore. If you can have feelings for someone and not have feelings for other people, then they too have that same I would say same right. Correct? Okay? I'm just trying to give you more tips, so perhaps I'm just trying to help you overcome this, or more like help you see it from a different angle, so that you know what your intention should be. Okay? Hardship. So very likely for a lot of you, this has been going on for some time. You know how sometimes people, they just cannot forget someone else. Very likely it's been going on for some time. And to me, all these three cards are saying that no one can help you, no one can save you, no one can make you feel good, no one can make you feel happy other than yourself. Okay. Let me just pull one advice for you from Wisdom of the Oracle deck. So universe, what advice do you have for pile number 3 with this reading? Universe, what advice do you have for pile number 3 with this reading? By the book. By the book is actually like the Hierophant in tarot. Okay. In other words, trust the process, trust the healing process. For a lot of you, there's still a long way to go, because very likely you still need more time to grieve, number one. And once you find yourself, then only then you have to be resolved to what it is that you really want. Meaning to say, if you want to move on, then you have to find the right intention. If you want to go back to them, well, to be honest, none of these cards tell me that you should go back, or if you have to go back. But you do what you want, right? Point is, make sure you have the right intention. Don't say that, oh, I want to go back to them so that I can break up with them again and then I can hurt him the way they hurt me. Okay, don't do that. Right? It's not worth it. Okay, before we go on, let me pull one affirmation card first. So this is from The Universe Has Your Back. Universe, one card from this deck for pile number 3, please. I am the loving energy of the universe. I feel it's more about you feeling not worthy, not good enough for this person. And this affirmation is saying that you deserve love. But to do that, you must believe that you are love itself. You must believe that you deserve good things. Just because one person rejects you, just because one person decides not to be with you, just because of this person, it doesn't make you any less. Okay? Let me read. I want to know more about by the book. So let me read from the guide for a while, because I want to make sure I'm not leaving anything. Okay, so this one is more about a very bigger kind of picture. So abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, universal laws. Okay, if that's the case, then very likely some of you are in this you called it a twin flame kind of journey. To be honest, personally, I don't. Okay, but I guess for some of you, this is more like some sort of like a very deep connection. You can call it like what's the word, high level soulmates. Okay, let's keep it at that. Okay. I'm still not convinced with by the book, so let me pull some more cards for you. Your reading is a bit longer than the rest. Let's tell me more about by the book. Okay, one more. A lot of you, this is a self what's the word? It's your self journey. Not that universe placed this person to hurt you. It's just that you haven't found yourself yet. You haven't understand yourself fully yet. Okay? There is spiritual lesson that perhaps came from this connection, or it's just that, this person came into your life in a way for you to understand yourself. And that's why the book is here. In other words, I think it's a bit cruel to say that this person is sent to give you a lesson. I think it's very cruel. So I would want you to just focus on yourself. As in, okay, this thing happened, this connection happened, I cannot do anything about it, but what can I learn from it? Okay, and this is just something that you have to work on for yourself, by yourself, because only you understand yourself better than other people. Okay, you can watch a lot of tarot readings, but at the end of the day, you have to discern which is right for you, and your intuition will know. You will definitely know if this reading is going to be for you. This reading makes sense. Or if you feel like maybe it's not really that correct, it's not really that spot on, yeah, then very likely it's not. Trust yourself more and start to reprogram yourself to accepting that you are whole, that you are worthy, and that you deserve the best. Okay? All right, so I think that's more than enough for you. So pile number 3, I really hope that this reading has given you insights and has given you appropriate advice. If you have not liked or subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you can follow me, and please share this channel with your friends. It will really help me, and it really helps my channel to grow. And if this is where we part ways, I thank you so much for your time. I will see you next video. Bye.